Good morning, you guys. It is I, Becca Lori Hector, here on Sunday morning with Sunday Hair Don't Care. I am just out of bed. You can still hear my sleepy voice. So good morning and welcome. This is Growing Gratitude. It is my attempt to, on a weekly basis, very publicly talk about the things I'm grateful for in my life, no matter how terrible my week is. And I am hoping that if you guys come along for the journey, that you will grow the gratitude in your life and start doing some of these habits too. So yay, welcome. It is Sunday. Good morning, CV. We were at the food truck this week. So I, again, have kind of a crazy voice. I've been talking for the last 3 days. It's going all right. It's still winter. It's still slow. It's still a little painful. It was good yesterday, though. We had a really good day yesterday. And you see this little thing here? I just want to point it out because I can't stop looking at it. See that? It's Gus. We can talk about Gus, okay? Because in the mornings, he comes running into the bed and he's so excited to see me, and the butt goes and the tongue goes and everything goes. And then he tries to dig me out of bed. And that's what he did to me yesterday, trying to dig me out of bed. Just want to share that sometimes love hurts. Okay. Hi, Morgan. Good morning. So that's that. What are we going to talk about today? Well, I have some gratitudes to share with you guys. Didn't have like a stupendous, fabulous, amazing week. Didn't have a shitty week either. It was just a week, right? So here are some of the things that I have to be grateful for this week. Of course, as always, I've written them down in my calendar so that I do not forget them. Okay. So here's my first one. You know how when somebody finally gets you, like it clicks with them and they get you, and all of a sudden, right? Well, that's what happened for me this week. This week, I'm really excited to say that a surprise gift arrived in the mail. And I wasn't expecting it. And Antonio was a good secret keeper, so he didn't tell me. And when it came, I was like, where did this come from? What is this about? And he said, my mom sent it for you. She said it was something little. She saw it and she thought you'd like it, so she sent it. Okay. So my mother-in-law sent this awesome. And when I say awesome, I'm talking about awesome hoodie that, remember you guys, I posted it on Facebook a little while ago. It has like a pooch kangaroo pocket in the hood sweatshirt. You're supposed to put your cat in and walk around with your cat in your hoodie. Oh my God. Hey, Karen. Well, my mother-in-law sent it to me. And I had the best time. I was having the worst day ever. I mean, it was just a bad day. I was just like dropping everything. Everything was going wrong. Antonio and I were fighting over everything. And then the sweatshirt arrived and it made my day. It made me laugh so much. We tried it out. I took some pictures. If you follow me on Facebook, you probably already saw them. But just in case, I will share them with you here because funny. Just funny. So there we go. I know I have to learn how to do this, you guys. One day I'm going to learn how to do it. So can you see? Oh, maybe that's a little better. There we go. So I have the cat in the thing and a giant smile on my face. I have a couple more pictures. It's so hard because the glare comes right in here. Yeah, there you go. Right. So that's the best I can do for showing you photos right now. Thank you, CV. Yes, I'm glad I mentioned it because it made my day. And so, when we talk about seeking joy, sharing joy, creating joy, that whole moment was all about all of that. Right? It was just about the joy. It was a silly little thing, not obviously life-changing. How often am I going to wear it? Doesn't matter, right? It thoroughly made my day. And Antonio's too. And we laughed and he took the pictures and we sent them to his mom and then she laughed. And so there was a lot of joy sharing and a lot of happiness around this one little silly thing. And it just made me so grateful. It made me grateful that after all of these years that Antonio and I are together, that his mom gets me and she just saw it and thought of me and said, let me just send it. And it was so great. And for no reason at all. And those are the best gifts. I talk about that all the time. It's not when you get gifts on your birthday or Christmas or the days you're supposed to get gifts or the days you're supposed to be helped, right? Or the days people are supposed to be nice to you. But on those average, everyday, nothing days of the week when something cool and fun and joyful happens or someone thinks of you, it means so much more than because the calendar says that they should, right? Just so much more. So I had to share that with you guys because so fun. So cats not so thrilled with it, but they'll get there. Some of my cats are a little bit more, I want to say some of my cats really let me do whatever I want to them. Can't think of words this early. And some of my cats just say, no, thanks, Ma. So I won't put those guys in, but I know the other guys will really eventually hang on. The thing is that I have giant ass Maine Coon cats, and so they don't fit well in anything unless it's made for a dog. So we'll try. Yes, Karen, you're right. She just gets me. It is the best 4 words ever. When someone just gets you, it means that they took the time to pay attention, right? And that they listened and that they give a shit. All of those things happen in that. And I just loved it. And it was so fantastic. So Evie, thank you so much for my awesome sweatshirt. It made my week, actually, not even just my day, my whole week. And I loved it so much. So let's see what else I have in here for you guys for gratitudes. All right. Okay. So here's the other thing. The other magical thing that happened to me that's one of my cats. One of the magical things that happened to me this week really was it was really a personal moment. I don't even know if I said anything out loud to Antonio, but it is still, hey, Joe. And he is my orange cat, actually, that was meowing. So one of the other things that I got by marrying Antonio, besides Antonio, is I got to become an aunt. That's right. I am somebody's aunt. I have a sweet, awesome, amazing, hilarious, fun, love him smushes nephew. Unfortunately, we live in Colorado. He's still back in New York, and so we don't get to see him as much. We try to do FaceTime occasionally, but he's going to be 10, and what 10-year-old really wants to be on the phone with their aunt and uncle? I mean, he comes on, we play some stuff, we do some filters on the camera and stuff, and just get to see his face. But man, he's getting so big, right? So he's doubled in age since I've known him. I've known him for 5 years. When I met him, he was 5 years old, and he's going to be 10 on, ready, World Autism Awareness Day. Yes, the Munchkin was born on April 2nd, and he also happens to share our brain. He is also autistic Munchkin, and I believe we just found out that he's got ADHD too, so he is fully neurodiverse, and so that's our little special bond. Is that we share our silly brains together. And I love him tons, but I don't have kids of my own. And so it was a big, what are we going to get him for his birthday? I don't know. Sometimes he makes us a list, like for Christmas. He didn't really get around to doing his list for his birthday this year. So we were sort of left up in the air. And I am so thrilled to say that I was able to go into some of my Facebook autism groups and ask the parents a question for a change. And I got to ask them what they thought a 10-year-old boy with autism and ADHD might just enjoy for his birthday. And I got some amazing suggestions from these parents, you guys. Things are changing out there for us because these parents are changing, you guys, right? So gratitude for that, first of all, separate gratitude, just because all the advocacy that we're doing is working. It's working. These parents are asking different questions now. When I started, they used to ask, what can we do about it? How can we make it go away? How can we hide this? How do we get them to stop doing this, right? It was all of those questions 8 years ago. And now this past year, the questions have been, can I give him something alternative to stim with? I'm afraid this thing is dangerous. What's something else that he might enjoy if he likes this thing, right? Is this therapist doing right by him? I'm not sure. I don't think so, right? And those are amazing questions to be being asked as an advocate, as an autistic adult, when we didn't used to get asked anything at all. And so I went into some of those amazing groups and I asked those amazing parents, and they gave me some great suggestions. So Antonio and I ended up sitting down yesterday and going through our choices and picking out what to send him. And so we bought him his gift and it's on his way. And I'm just stoked. It felt, I don't know, it feels different when it feels different to be an aunt than just to be Antonio's girlfriend, right? I mean, our relationship didn't change, or my relationship with him didn't change really. We were always really close because we just clicked, obviously. But it's just different to be his aunt. It's different to hear people say Aunt Becca, It's different. And I love it so, so much. I just feel so proud to be somebody's aunt, and not just somebody's aunt, but this Munchkin's aunt. I love him so much, and I miss him so much, and I don't get to see him often. And I wish that COVID would go away so that people could fly and visit us, because I know he would love it here and all kinds of things. But I'm just grateful to be somebody's aunt. Not just somebody's, but my Munchkin's aunt. And yes, Washi, I agree. And so that's my gratitude, right? First for those parents, yes. But I love my Munchkin, and I don't want to say his name now publicly because I'm not his mom, and that's not for me to do. But I just love him so much, and I can't wait for him to get his birthday present. And I love being his aunt, and all of those things. So anyway, so that was what I had a little gratitude about for us. We're getting into April, and every time April comes around, I'm always like, blah, 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 April. And then I remember that he had the privilege of being born on World Autism Day. And I just think that's so damn cool, right? So anyway, I did that this week. And that, of course, was something I was grateful for. It's really an honor to be able to say, I'm going to be looking for a present for my nephew, right? And I just want to be that cool aunt that's like, you know, if everything's going crap in the house, that he has someone to call or someplace to run or someplace to go, right? So Antonio and I try to be the cool aunt and uncle, and I think that we are. And Stevie thinks that we are the coolest uncle. Thank you, aunt and uncle. Thank you, Stevie, right? Don't you, Joe? Joe loves it when she's called Auntie Jojo. I mean, it's just, there's something about it, like that this little person is acknowledging that they love you just a little bit more than everybody else, just a little bit. And that little bit makes a difference. It really does. Anyway, so that, mine did Minecraft. We went through Minecraft phase. But as we know, autistics phase and phase and phase, and then they come back and back and back. So I always check in, because who knows, the new special interest could have arrived and I don't know yet, right? So those are really my big gratitudes for this week. I mean, they're not huge, but they were really important. It was all about family and all about love and feeling connected and feeling like I'm not just floating in this world alone anymore, which is how it felt for a while without my mom. And so, yeah, you love being Auntie Karen too, Karen. Yeah. Aren't they so amazing? I know that he's growing up so fast, and I'm missing all of these little kid things and all of that stuff. But I really am looking forward to him as an adult. I'm really looking forward to getting to know him as a human, right? And finding our commonalities there, and just being part of somebody's life from when they were 5 years old. I don't have that with anybody else, and that's really magical. And so I love it so, so much. And so that's what my biggest gratitude is, sort of surrounding that, I guess. And it's connected. It's connected to other gratitudes, like gratitude for Antonio's family for letting me in, gratitude for just, finding Antonio even in the first place, just a whole bunch of other things, right? And then it all comes to this nice little head when I think about my little nephew. And I don't know, it just warms my heart. So I wanted to share that with you guys a little bit today. Those are my really big gratitudes. But I have other stuff that I wanted to share with you guys today too. It's a little more on the business side, which I'll be talking more about on Tuesday, of course, because, Tuesday is the big stream that I share all over the place and all of that stuff. And this is like our little intimate Sundays. But I wanted to give you guys a heads up. So here is my plan. I've been doing stuff behind the scenes. As you know, I'm always telling you I have writing to catch up on and blah, 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 blah. Well, still no word yet on that, back on that, on our toxic people article. If I don't hear back this coming week, by the end of this week, I'm going to put it out with somebody else and just get it out there before we lose our fuzz and our fizz on it. So I'm going to send that out soon, but no word on that yet. Still have an article coming out next week on functioning labels. Finally got around to that. It's a follow-up to that piece that I wrote about identity first language, if you happen to read it, following up on my take on the grossness of functioning labels and their, their inaccuracy. So I have something in my eye. Anyway, So that's coming out this week. So heads up on that. I also got started on that tips series. Remember, I was talking about how you guys really enjoyed that inertia article, and why don't I write more tip articles? And that's so dumb. So I did. I wrote a tip article. That one's coming out also in April and sometime. So those are 3 writing pieces that will be coming out this month that you guys can keep an eye open for. The other thing, the big thing that I want to share with you guys is that I have been talking, I don't know, I feel like for months, about doing seminars with you guys, about doing like one-off, one-day little seminars on particular topics, and just as like sort of a continuing ed to the Self-Defined Living course. So if you've taken the Self-Defined Living course, if you are interested in the Self-Defined Living course and haven't yet taken it, or if you are in the middle of taking the Self-Defined Living course, these are really about continuing those conversations. And it's part of that same series, that same thought process, right? So I'm going to start that series in April. Woo woo. I'm going to do 2. I'm going to do them monthly, but in April, I'm going to do 2. So I'm going to do, I'm going to move them, start again, Becca, is the morning. I'm going to do them on Tuesday evenings because I usually teach the course in like the late morning or early afternoon during the week. And I want to give some of the folks that work all day or whatever, just aren't available at that time of day, a chance to check out some of the stuff that I do. So I'm going to be doing a Self-Defined Living seminar series. I'm going to be doing them on Tuesday evenings once a month, but in April, I'm going to do 2 of them. We're going to start them out with 2 in April because it's April and because I want to give it a good kickstart. So before, I haven't started announcing it yet. I haven't put anything up. I'll be doing that all next week. So it's a heads up to you guys, because what I want to do is I'm going to be offering it to everybody, I think for like $20, $25. And I want to give my SDL people a discount. So if you have taken the course, if you are on the waiting list for the next cohort, if you are currently in a cohort taking Self-Defined Living, you will be able to do these seminars with me for like $10. I think I'm going to do it like super cheap, $10, $15 for you guys. Everybody else will be paying their price. But because you guys are on this journey with me, you guys get a special discount. And so I'm going to be announcing that. So I just want to tell you what they are and what the dates are in case you guys want to put it in your calendar before next week when I start announcing it and all that stuff. So here we are, April. I am going to be doing them on April 13th, the Tuesday, April 13th at 5 p.m. MST. So from 5 to 6, that 1 hour. On Tuesday, April 13th. So Joe, I'm sorry I can't do the math for you right now, but I'm going to be doing that. Of course, it will be recorded. Of course, if you register for it and you don't get to see it live, you will get the recording and you will get to watch it. It will probably also then go up onto the website for purchase to watch the recording also. But for now, that's how I'm doing it. If you're interested, if you want to make sure that you know about it, please stay tuned to my social media. I also, if you're on the newsletter mailing list and stuff, and you usually get my emails, I'll also be sending out an email blast with them in it next week sometime. So that's one of them is on the 13th. And the other one is going to be on the 27th at the same time, 5 p.m. MST on the 27th. Which is also a Tuesday. So the 27th and the 13th, 5 p.m. MST, those 2 seminars are the ones I'm going to be doing in April. You guys will get a discount on them. And I just figured out the topics. So give me a moment. Okay. So the topic for the 13th is going to be unraveling masking, right? So we're going to be taking all of those little tiny conversations that we had on all of the Being Becca's Live about unmasking and the trauma of masking and what's underneath masking and where we use masking and all of that stuff. I'm going to be doing that on the 13th, and we'll unravel masking a little bit. And then on the 27th, I'm going to be doing disclosure. I'm going to talk. Oh, Joe, it's an hour later for you now. So you guys are catching up. But yeah, so 5 p.m. MST. You'll have to hop on a time zone converter or something, Joe, for me, because I can't tell you what time it is. And so that's the one on the 13th. The one on the 27th we're going to do is disclosure. I'm going to talk about disclosure in the workplace, in the home, in medical settings, with your friends, in intimate relationships, and your family, both close and extended. I want to talk about those two things because I think they are generalized concepts in the autism community that we all need help with, regardless of where you are in your diagnosis and your learning and your acceptance and your identity and all of those things. All of that stuff, both of those things, masking and disclosure, are important to us no matter where we are in that process. And so those are the ones for April. I think in May we'll move probably to more specific self-defined living topics like alignment and things like that. But for April, I wanted to stick to these really generalized type autism topics. So again, 13th is unmasking. And 27th is going to be disclosure. Both of those seminars will run about 45 minutes for the lecture. I'll leave some time for a Q&A, as always, and they will be at a discounted cost for you guys. So that being said, those are the things that I have to announce to you guys. I wanted to give you some early notice about them so that you guys could mark your calendars. You're going to hear me repeat all of this stuff again on Tuesday, just in case the people that watch on Tuesday and kind of are part of that stream get to see, hear and see these things too. So I apologize in advance for the repetition, but I want to really have a good April that's really all about us and us getting to be better people, more about autism pride than anything else. So that's the stuff that I'm doing. I'm doing a few podcasts and things, not doing much for April. Why, Becca? Why aren't you doing much for April? Because I don't like the way April happens yet. I'm not happy with it. It is still about acceptance and appreciation and those words about autism. And until it's about autistic pride, until it becomes Autism Pride Month, I don't know. I don't feel so great about it. I will do some education. I will answer people's questions. I will, of course, share memes and wear my t-shirts and all the things that I do for me. But I don't think I want to participate in the greater schema of Autism April this year because especially so this year with everything that's been going on, with all the things that have been going on. Watching Autism April become a fundraiser will make me want to vomit all over the place. And watching organizations who throughout the year don't really support autistics themselves will get out there and try and do fundraisers and ask you for money and all of those things. So I ask that before you send money to any organization this month, that you really take a look at what it is that they do. Look at their policies, take a look at their mission statement and things like that. Take a look at their staff as well before you donate. Ask some autistics for some suggestions before you donate. My recommendation is every year to donate to the Autistic Self-Advocacy Network. They are the only organization that is run by autistics for autistics, in which we are included in every single thing that they do. And right now, that is the only place that feels true to me and authentic to me. And so it's the only place that I really recommend donating. In addition to them, however, I would also recommend donating to the Thinking Person's Guide to Autism. I happen to think they're fantastic and they do great articles. I would also recommend donating to the Autistic Women and Non-Binary Network because they also are totally dedicated to the autistic community. So those are three places I recommend that you donate. Other than that, I don't have recommendations for donation. And until that changes, until autism isn't about fundraising for our autism organizations, but rather about autistic pride, you will not see me participating in any humongous way. That's just the way that I feel about it. So yes, I'm glad you agree, Bill. Bill thinks these are perfect topics for April. I think so too. So we're going to tackle it April as autistics. I am not going to put myself out there to feel vulnerable and hurt. I'm going to try to not look at a lot of the stuff that happens, but you are going to be, I don't know, there's just going to be a plethora, an ocean of autism stuff coming at you, and people all wanting you to pay to go to their events, people wanting you to just send them money or make monthly donations or all kinds of things. And as we have an 85% 8% unemployment rate in our community, which is probably worse now that we have COVID. I don't know. I haven't looked at it yet. I don't even know if anybody counted it yet. We shouldn't be asking those people for money to help them and to celebrate them. We shouldn't be. Autism April is supposed to be a celebration of all the things that autism is. And one of the things that autism is genuine. We are authentic, genuine people all the time, like as much as we can be. And because of that, inauthentic fundraising doesn't sit well. So anyway, that's just my take on it. Those are my feelings on April. I'll probably talk about that again on Tuesday too, because I feel like it's my duty as an advocate to suggest correct places for donation and to explain why April is not yet where it needs to be. So that's what you will be hearing from me during April. Other than that, I'm not going to be doing any great thing. I'm not dyeing my hair red. I'm not changing the way I color my hair or paint my nails or wear my shirts or any of those things because it doesn't feel authentic to me yet. And when it does, I will participate. I would shave my head for Autism April if it meant that I was showing my autism pride. And that's where I'm at with it. With that, you guys, I say to you, have an amazing, amazing rest of your Sunday. I personally am going to go on an adventure. I've been way stir crazy for the last few weeks. And part of that is because for the last few months, with all of the money issues that we've been having, Antonio and I have really tightened our belt and we haven't gone anywhere. We haven't spent any money. We haven't done anything outside of what we need, like our groceries and taking care of the car and taking care of our pets and all of that stuff. So I am thoroughly stir crazy. I, as the writer in me, needs to see something different. I need to visually have some change, or the writing isn't going to come. And I have some more important pieces to write, less kind of opinion and more writerly, more about being a good writer. And I can't do that without whatever, Cat tree update. Sure. Absolutely, Joe. So the old cat tree went downstairs and outside for the outside cats and they are loving it. The new old cat tree, so the new one, which was the exact same one, is back in its space and the cats are happy as pie. They were back on it and smiling and happy, and we're very grateful. The old new cat tree, so the one that was too small, right? The one that they couldn't fit on. Antonio and I actually donated to our local shelter, and there is a local shelter cat just hanging out in the cat tree that didn't fit my cats. So that's the end of the cat tree saga. The 3 cat trees all have cats in them, and everyone has been satisfied. So thank you for asking, Joe. So that's all good, right? And so I say now, with the rest of our Sunday, let's go on adventures. I am doing a change of scene, like I was saying. Antonio and I are going to go take the dogs, all 4 of them, and go on a road trip. We are going to head to Garden of the Gods, which is down closer to Colorado Springs. It's about an hour and a half, an hour and 45 minutes from us. So we are going to drive down there, take some beautiful pictures, take the dogs on a little walk, and then drive back home because I got to physically see something different. I just need a change, right? I'm feeling really antsy-pantsy. So that's what we're doing today. I'm excited for that. I will share that joy with you guys during the week, of course, but you guys go out there, share joy, seek joy, and all of it, create it. Have your day, have fun today. But today for me is all about adding a little bit more fun and flavor because it's time. I got to get out of here for a little bit. So that's what I'm doing with the rest of my day. I'm hoping to stay off my phone and stay out in the world and be in the moment. And then I will, of course, be back with you guys on Tuesday for Being Back Alive. We will talk about Autism April again there. And of course, we will talk about everything else I just talked about, the seminars, all that fun stuff. So you will hear that repeated, excuse me, but We will talk some more about autism, April. And then, of course, we'll have our topic of the day, which I already know what it is, but I'm not telling you yet because you got to come to know. Till then, you guys, I will see you out and about in the interweb. Of course, you can always comment wherever you're seeing this video, or you can email me directly at info@beccalaurie.com if you need to get in touch or you have a question. My email, my website, my Ko-Fi, the Self-Defined Living Store, all of those links are in the description of this video, so you can easily do that. And I will see you guys on Tuesday for Being Becca Live. Go out in the world and be amazing, and I will see you next week. Bye.